So did you hear the news? Disney decided to uncancel Jimmy Kimmel. That's right. As of tomorrow night, Wednesday, they're going to start airing Jimmy Kimmel Live again on ABC. But here's the rub. Sinclair and Nexstar, independent owners of various ABC affiliates across the country, still won't air it. So what's going to happen here? ABC will air it, but the syndication affiliates won't. Who's going to win this one? Let's find out. So here we are on the post millennial, and they have this article they wrote yesterday. It says breaking: Sinclair refuses to air Jimmy Kimmel Live on its ABC stations. It will air news programming instead. Right, and then the article continues. Sinclair Group, a media group that includes 38 ABC stations in U.S. markets, has announced that it will not be airing Jimmy Kimmel Live, despite the reinstatement of the show by Disney. The statement released Monday evening reads, beginning Tuesday night, Sinclair will be preempting Jimmy Kimmel Live across our ABC affiliate stations and replacing it with news programming. Discussions with ABC are ongoing as we evaluate the show's potential return. So here's a X post from Sinclair. Beginning Tuesday night, Sinclair will be preempting, in other words, refusing the show, Jimmy Kimmel Live across our ABC affiliate stations and replacing it with news programming. Discussions with ABC are ongoing as we evaluate the show's potential return. And the article continues on. It says last week, ABC pulled the show indefinitely, which we found is a week, after Kimmel falsely lied. He actually lied, suggested that Charlie Kirk's alleged assassin was a MAGA. His parents, his folks, his family was MAGA. He definitely was not. The decision to preempt Kimmel with news program puts pressure squarely on Nexstar, another media group that has ABC stations in its roster. From Nick's order on X, major breaking: Sinclair Broadcast Group, who owns 31 ABC stations, actually it's 38 we just read, just announced that they will refuse to broadcast Jimmy Kimmel's show when ABC puts him back on the air, right? Last week when Kimmel made comments falsely suggesting, they're not suggesting anything, they were flat out lies, that the suspect in Charlie Kirk's assassinate was a far-right, Sinclair demanded that the left-wing commentator apologize to Kirk's family. He still refuses to do so. Sinclair will not lift the suspension of the Jimmy Kimmel Live on our stations until formal discussions are held with ABC. That's ABC is owned by Disney, regarding the network's commitment to professionalism and accountability. Sinclair also calls upon Mr. Kimmel to issue a direct apology to the Kirk family. Furthermore, we asked Mr. Kimmel to make a meaningful personal donation to the Kirk family and to Turning Point USA, regardless of ABC's plans for the future of the program. Sinclair intends not to return Jimmy Kimmel Live to our air until we are confident that appropriate steps have been taken to uphold the standards expected of national broadcast platform. Right? So there you guys go. Right from the horse's mouth, if you will. They are not, Sinclair isn't going to actually run on 38 of its stations across the country. And Sinclair owns some of the biggest ABC affiliate networks in the country, including some of the major cities like New York and Chicago and LA. So what is Disney going to do? If Sinclair refuses to not show Jimmy Kimmel Live, which is their complete right to do, what is ABC/Disney going to do about actually getting his show being viewed? Because see, if his show isn't being viewed, people are not going to buy airtime. They're not going to buy advertising time on his show, which means Disney/ABC will lose revenue from the lack of advertising revenue coming in. I mean, but let's be faced, the advertising revenue from it was from low tier local businesses anyway. I mean, there's a reason why late night had all the, that's where all the freebie and the low cost commercials are aired anyway, including Jimmy Kimmel Live. And Jimmy Kimmel Live's demographics and ratings were already into the gutter and like downtrending even further below that. They're like not only in the gutter, they're heading towards the sewer and down to the deep depths of the earth is where they're going. I mean, there's none of the late night shows like Kimmel, Tonight Show, you know, Jimmy Fallon. None of those shows were doing any well. The only late night show that was doing any kind of real statistical work was the Gutfeld show on Fox. And it's not technically even a comedy show, even though it's very comedic. It's not even a comedic show. And that show was just blowing away all of the shows like Kimmel, Tonight Show, Jimmy Fallon, and so on. So what are they going to do? But not only that, we did see that tweet from Nick Sorter. It goes, hey, what about Nexstar? Well, great question. So let's go to here's Fox News, and it says Nexstar to preempt ABC's Jimmy Kimmel Live despite Disney ending suspension. Nexstar owns 32 ABC affiliate stations. So that's going to be over 60 different ABC affiliate stations across the country not going to be viewing Jimmy Kimmel Live, right? I'm not going to play the video, but we'll just go over the article here. Nexstar Media Group Incorporated announced on Tuesday that it will continue preempting Jimmy Kimmel Live despite Disney following the show to return to ABC. We made the decision last week to preempt Jimmy Kimmel Live following what ABC referred to as Mr. Kimmel's ill-timed and insensitive comments at a critical time in our national discourse. We stand by that decision, pending assurance from all parties are committing to fostering an environment of respectful, constructive dialogue in the markets that we serve. In the meantime, we note that Jimmy Kimmel Live will be available nationwide on multiple Disney-owned streaming products, while our stations will focus on continuing to produce local news and other programs relevant to the respective markets, Nexstar said. Nexstar owns 32 ABC affiliate stations. Sinclair Broadcasting, which operates 30 ABC affiliates, which one report said 31, the other one said 38. So there you go. Either way, between Nexstar and Sinclair, 60 ABC affiliate stations will not air Jimmy Kimmel Live. Yes, Jimmy Kimmel Live will be on streaming on Disney Plus or Hulu or something like that, but it's not going to be on local network television. And that's where the advertising dollars come in. So 60 markets across the country, some of the biggest markets in the country like New York, Miami, Chicago, LA, not going to be airing ABC television. So will Jimmy Kimmel Live still continue to be on the show? Yes, ABC says we won't cancel it because we're going to bow down to the leftist terrorists and give in. Okay, that's their right. It's their company. It's their decision. They did say that they had meaningful conversations with Jimmy, and I believe him. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt, say I believe him. Maybe Jimmy's going to come out. I don't think he'll apologize because he's publicly said that he won't, right? And I believe he'll still try to continue with his blatant, obvious, and provable lying narratives. And he's free to do so. And if ABC wishes to continue promoting that and putting that on their networks, that's their right, and they're totally for it, right? I am not against somebody's free speech. I'm not against somebody, I'm not for censorship when it comes to our government. Our government has no right to censor or to stop somebody's free speech. In fact, I want people like Jimmy Kimmel to have Kimmel to actually have a platform where he can speak what he wants to speak about. That does not give Jimmy Kimmel or any leftist person or right-wing person the right to the free from the consequences of their speech, right? I don't care if you're on the right side or the left side. For instance, Nick Fuentes, completely disagree with him 100%. I cannot tolerate that man. In my personal opinion, I wish he weren't on any platform, but he does. He has a platform on Rumble and some other places. He's more than welcome to speak his mind. I particularly are not going to listen to anything that guy has to say. And he's a right winger. He's a Trump supporter, all that good stuff. I get it. That's fine. Doesn't mean I have to agree with some of his disgusting communication, right? And or his little groypers that he has, that is little groyper army. No, I'm not into that crap. I'm not into the Milo Ventiliter things. That guy, that guy's an idiot. Well, I won't say he's an idiot. He's actually very intelligent, but I'm not interested in his speech. I'm not interested in listening to Kanye. He's completely bonkers and Looney Tunes. So there are people on the right I don't listen to, right? I just will not listen to them. You know what I mean? But then there's most of the people on the left that I just won't listen to. But everybody should have the right to the platform. If the platform wants to continue, that's the platform's right to do so. Everybody has the right, but that does not mean you're free from the consequences of your speech, right? And the left, this is the chickens coming home to roost, people. You're the ones who created cancel culture. You're the people that you got people and celebrate people like Roseanne Barr being fired for a tweet, or Gina Carano being fired from Disney and ABC. I didn't hear you guys speaking out about that. And a matter of fact, many of you celebrated it, including Jimmy Kimmel, right? You guys celebrated and deplatformed people during the COVID era when they were saying that the COVID was from China, or that we don't need to be vaccinating people because there can be natural immunity. If you had COVID, you don't need to be getting vaccines. Kids don't need to be vaccinated, right? So you guys deplatformed, called them liars, got them fired. Many doctors and lawyers and scientists were blacklisted and blackballed because of this. And you on the left created it, fostered it, and celebrated it. And now the chickens are come home to roost, and you're getting the brunt of it. And now you're all victims. I can't handle it. Well, people, maybe, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. So you can't be playing the victim when you yourself have participated in it, right? So, guys, that's all I've got to say. Hopefully, you get what this message is. You get this thing. You do your research and find out. Don't just listen to little old me, because who am I? Right. Anyway, guys, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And I'm going to leave you with this little quote from our founder, our Savior, Lord, Jesus Christ. Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Amen. Good night.